I want to live in Japan for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's contentious.
That's a great one.
Want to live in Japan for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, boys. How long is Trash Taste going to last?
We're about to find out.
We are about to find out.
Okay. We got it?
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. 3,
I'm going to
2,
say,
1.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, do you want to go first?
Oh, no. We can go 3, 2, 1.
All right.
All right, ready? 3,
1.
2, 1.
All right. I put neutral.
Ooh, everyone.
What'd you put?
I put disagree.
Oh, wow.
I put agree.
With a full spectrum here.
The full spectrum.
The full spectrum.
Well, guys, I mean that's this is the canon event, guys.
I
You
was
know?
7 in chat for Gaunt. It was good to know you.
How many years does Trash Chase have left?
Well, do you want to start first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel my answer is pretty obvious. Like, I've spent fucking half my life in this country now, and it's, you know, it's home to me. And, you know, unless there's like, the Japanese government, like, has like a big fuck up where even I'm like, all right, this is just getting ridiculous, then that will probably be the only reason why I would move. Also, I just feel like, you know, in the long run, like, you know, I'm doing the whole YouTube thing now, but say, for example, if YouTube, you know, goes away or I decide to do something else, I just feel like me knowing the language here and English at the same time, I just have more opportunities in this country, I think, than anywhere else. Because, you know, even if I wasn't going to do YouTube full time, I was going to move to Japan anyway.
Yeah.
To like just work as a fucking salaryman. So it's like I don't think that's changed for me. And yeah, I think I can see myself being here for the rest of my life.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm neutral on it. I mean, if you were like, hey Connor, you're gonna only live in Japan for the rest of your life, I'd be like, all right. So cool. I'd be like, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Food's bomb. I like it. It feels the most. I know there's ads.
Yeah, I know there's ads. They can still hear though.
YouTube viewers are the chads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, I think I care more about just being happy. And Japan's pretty fucking good. Like you said, I do feel like Japan is my home right now. Like when I travel to the UK or I travel to America, you know, I'm always like, all right, this is cool, but when can I go back to Japan?
Yeah.
Because I just like Japan.
Yeah.
However, I think I probably won't retire here. I think when I get to like age, I can't see myself being here when I'm 60. Like I just can't.
Wow, you'll fit right in with the population.
Yeah. Well, I'll be the youngest person in Japan.
Yeah.
I can't see myself being here when I'm like 60. However, I can see myself being here until I'm like fucking 40 something. Easily.
Okay, God, what'd you say disagree?
Yeah, I mean, if it was just me, I would have no problems living in Japan for the rest of my life. But I'm getting to, I guess, like the age where I have to consider more than just myself. And I've thought about this a lot. And I know that a big crossroads for me, at least personally, is going to be kids.
Yeah.
Like, when I have kids, or when me and Sydney have kids, which we do want to do eventually, not anytime soon, but, you know, eventually down the line.
Yeah.
One thing I generally do not like agree with, not just with Japan, but just with like Asian culture in general, is just how much pressure they put on kids in like the school system, right? How much societal pressure is put on the kid when they're growing up and they're going through school.
Yeah.
And I don't want my kid to go through that. You know, I disagree with that personally, and that's gonna be a big thing for me because when that happens, I want my kids to be raised in the right environment, the best environment that
Well, I wouldn't raise kids in Japan.
that I have deemed with my life experience, and I'm like, at least when they're like younger, going through school, I would like them to be raised in a school system that has less societal pressure.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much that though.
So what would you say you would put your kids in like a UK school?
Yeah, I think UK or just Europe in general has a good balance.
Not an American school?
I feel like you know, because I have the same feelings of Gaunt on this. Yeah. You just, I don't know. I feel like you get a really good balance between allowing to have your personality and be yourself.
Yeah.
Whilst also being like, come on, you got to fit in. You
Yeah,
got to do shit.
that is true.
And I think that maybe Australia, I think, has that kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
UK, Australia, and Europe has a really good balance of making sure. Because you know, America, I love America, but sometimes they're like, be yourself too much at the cost of everyone else around you. I think that like it's a great thing that you're taught to express yourself, and I'm very envious of that because we never had that. But also, I think people do it. It's gone too far where people don't consider how it affects other people.
Yeah.
And I think it's part of being human is how you affect other people and considering that.
Mm.
And
I agree with that.
People have to live on this earth too. It's not just about you.
Yeah.
We all have to fucking live on this world, you know?
Sure.
So I think it's important that you consider other people and how they feel. But Japan, a little too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as well, like even in like Japan or Asia, I'm sure there are like some schools, like say like an international school, for example, that like might lean more on that individualistic aspect a little more than a regular Japanese school, but like that obviously is going to cost more. Or so it's like at that point,
I wouldn't want my kid being around like rich kids. I feel like it distorts your view of reality.
I
of
agree
money.
with that actually. I've considered international school, and you know, that is definitely like a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm scared of what happens when you have a school with like rich kids and maybe kids with like very, very powerful parents, you know, politically, you know, which is kind of like the environment that school.
North
like,
Korea over America.
I don't know about that, Chief.
And you know, of course, I think my kid can still go through a system like that and turn
Someone
out
said
fine.
your kid is going to be the rich kid.
Dude, even if I had $1 billion, right, my kid is getting fucking nothing.
He's going to a bumfuck public
He
school,
needs
bro.
to fucking get it himself.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
having none of that.
Yeah.
He's never gonna. I would never make my kid be in like medical debt or anything like that. But absolutely, fuck off. You're not having like a business flight or anything like that.
No, fuck off.
You do
Yeah.
not get that.
You do not
That is
deserve that.
not yours. You did not earn it.
Yeah.
Go and do that.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah.
I think that every time I see kids in the business
I
class.
hate it when I see it.
I
I'm-
get-
I hate it.
I'm just like, I would have hated you as a kid.
Bro, like,
No, not because I hate kids. I hate kids. No, I'm kidding. No, but I feel like that. I don't know. My parents would have like rather killed me than give me a business flight, even if they could afford it, which they couldn't. But even if they could have, they'd be like, no way.
Absolutely.
no, my kid's getting the bare minimum of what they need because
I don't
a
know.
big like
Jackie Chan mindset. He had a point. Although his kid had a bit of trouble.
I mean, Jackie Chan also was not there for his kid a lot of the time.
He was just wasn't there.
He's not the best.
He got nothing and he didn't show up.
He's not the best dad. Let's just like put that away.
But
All
I
right?
want to be there with my kid, but I also don't. I want my kid to be spoiled. I just think a kid
I don't think I disagree with spoiling your kid too much. And I believe that teaching your kid good values.
Poison him. It's a tough one. I mean, raising obviously this is it's so easy for me to say that when I don't have to answer to a 10-year-old who's like, oh, can I have this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like obviously it's easy for me to be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Go and play with the Game Boy I bought you 5 years ago. Obviously that's really easy to say that now, but obviously when you have kids, obviously all that.
Yeah, I think in reality
Yeah.
he's going to be like, all right, you little shit.
Yeah, like I was like very similar to what I was talking about, like international school. I've met rich kids who are like well balanced and have good morals and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I've also met a lot
Oh
of rich
my
kids
God.
who are completely fucked up. And
just like
But you know
And
the
awful
opposite can
people.
be said. You know, I've met a lot of kids in like when I was in public schools who
Yeah.
maybe didn't have the best like home situation,
Mm-hmm.
ended up being fucked up. Some of those kids learnt from that and were really nice kids. So it's
Yeah.
like I think it's a case by case. But
Yeah.
I think the easiest way to make me dislike someone, and it's like easily my biggest like turn off to a human being, is when they're like a rich kid and they brag about spending their parents' money.
Oh my
I think
God.
it's the single most like wormy trait.
that is
and I'm like, just shut the fuck up. I don't care. If
dude,
you-
that's a gold split to getting punched in the face, bro.
Yeah.
Like that is don't do that.
I hate that shit.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, child abuse aside, let's move on to the next statement.
All right, let me get the other question and putting it.
Connor, you'll cave and spoil the kid at a moment's notice. I'm holding that one comment when I look at the kid in the eyes and be like, I can't let them be right. I'm
You're
sorry.
gonna have that up on the wall, being like,
Look, what does the sign say, kid?
your kids will be like, Dad, please.
I'm gonna give him a shit name so he 100% gets bullied and he has to figure it out.
this is my son, Sonic Cocoon.
Cahoon.
Do we want to make this the second last, and then
How long have we been streaming this segment for?
An
Hour and a bit, I think.
hour and 45.
Elon Musk.
Hour and 45?
1:45.
All right, let's make this the second to last.
Okay, let's do second to
Yeah.
last.
And
Right.
yeah, well, maybe we'll do this segment again because I didn't think we talked this much.
It's a
I
podcast.
don't want to be Connor's son, Lamar. There's got to be a little bit of fear there with your dad. There's got to be a little bit.
Fear is the best controller, actually.
How do you keep the populations at bay? You have to be a tiny bit scared of your dad.
Yeah.
You got to have that little bit of,
Yeah.
oh, I shouldn't piss off my dad. You got to have that.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's there's a difference between fear and respect.
Well, it's
You know?
respect. But there's
Are you saying
there's
respect?
respect.
Are you saying respect
I
is
had,
fear?
okay, I had a ton of respect for my dad growing
too.
up, but I was also scared shitless of my dad.
I respected him, but I was also terrified of if he got mad, which I
Yeah.
think is valid.
Because I respect him, I'm like, I don't want him to get mad.
Yeah, that's the thing. You didn't fear him. You respected him
But
that you
also,
did
I
not
didn't
want
want him
to.
to get
Fear
mad.
get him mad.
Yeah, I also didn't want him to get mad for fear of my life.
My dad shouldn't be too chill with me.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
Connor literally has the same personality as my dad. Are you happy? Just wondering. Just wondering. How did it turn out? Just wondering.
Are you happy as a
Just
person?
wondering.
You can call him daddy.
As a
Just want
child?
to know.
All
right.
Garnt.
Go on then.
All right, we're moving this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
yeah.
I was just doing
Sorry.
a bit. I was just doing a bit. hoping
Yeah.
that they'd be like, I'm super happy.